What's good, Jevitee Nation? I hope you guys are all feeling positive and energized out there. Welcome to this week's quote of the week, week 12. This week's quote of the week is by Aldous Huxley, who says, "One believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them." One believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them. This is a very truthful and very important quote in the times that we live in. We are all conditioned one way or the other. What is conditioning? Conditioning is the reaction response to an object or event by a person or animal can be modified by learning or conditioning. We can look around us and see many types of conditioning that we are involved in as a human race. For example, queuing at either a supermarket or at the bus station or various other places. We have been conditioned to queue because it makes sense, it's civilized, and we are respecting the other person. Okay, so queuing is a form of conditioning, and we all understand this, right? The next form of conditioning comes through advertising. Most of the time we are faced with adverts, whether on billboards, in the streets, or on television. And most of the time we are practically forced to see it because it's always in front of us, right? And some of the times advertisers use celebrities to endorse their product, knowing that because some of us are so fixated by celebrities, we believe that the celebrity endorsing that particular product, meaning that product is good, that is good for us. But this is a ploy. Advertisers know that this would stimulate our senses, and the adverts and the meaning behind it would eventually condition some of our mindset in order for us to go and buy that particular product or to believe in it. Some conditioning in life is, in my own humble opinion, negative. For example, the defamation case between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard is a fine example of how society can be conditioned to think in a certain way when there is other information that is missing from the conditioning, but we are not told this, or we are not given this information, perhaps purposefully, in order for us to think in one direction only. In the case of domestic abuse, which is what this case highlights, but more so, it highlights that not just women suffer from domestic abuse. Men also suffer from domestic abuse. I mean, if we think about it, for the past centuries or so, we have been conditioned to think that men should be strong, men are the breadwinner, men are the leaders, within the home, and men are strong, and so on and so on. Some of this thinking is very true. However, within that comes the notion that men do not suffer domestic violence because of the macho stance that we have been conditioned to think about men. But this case has highlighted quite the reverse of what we have been told and how we have been conditioned for years to think that only women suffer from domestic abuse. I mean, the facts are, from the national statistics states that 1 in 3 men suffer domestic abuse. But this is not talked about. It is a silent topic that always gets pushed aside, and the focus solely goes on to women. But let me be clear, I do not condone any form of violence against women or men. And also, I want to be clear that I fully understand and agree that women do suffer domestic violence, most definitely. However, it doesn't mean that we should also turn a blind eye to men who suffer from the same fate, because this will not be fair balance, right? And so this case for me highlights how we can be conditioned in such a way that the authorities, be it police, the courts, the system, society in general, the media, can all think majority one way, that only women suffer from domestic violence. Therefore, men's concerns, their voices are not heard. To put this further into perspective is, some men unfortunately will commit suicide because of what they have gone through related to domestic violence. And some suffer from mental health issues because of what they have gone through domestic violence. And there's various other reactions that men go through because of domestic violence, but again, this is not highlighted. It is not highlighted the way it should be, as women domestic violence issues is highlighted, and rightly so. This goes to show that some societal conditioning can be reinforced into our psychology. But we need to be very much aware that some of this conditioning is somebody else's ideology that is reinforced into our mindset, and before you know it, we believe it. This can be very dangerous, and it can be very negative to other people's lives. Conditioning has its positives, but it also has its negatives. And we have to be mindful and be aware that the mind is the most powerful tool. And if we do not educate it and to exercise it and to keep it awake, then somebody else will control our mindset for us. And usually it is their own ideology, which sometimes they do not reveal the other information or true facts to us. We just follow because we think that because they are the so-called experts, whatever they say, it is true. So Jevitee Nation, I truly believe that we should be able to humble ourselves, to be able to unlearn in order to relearn. Because when new information comes to us, after we've been conditioned to think in a certain way, I believe that we should be humble enough to look into it and to do perhaps deeper research in order to better our own knowledge on that particular topic matter. In the long run, we are bettering ourselves as human beings, because Information is a good thing, and sometimes what we thought that was real, or what we've been told, can be found in time not to be the whole truth. Okay, so the lessons here from being conditioned and the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard case is we should not be afraid to unlearn in order to relearn. And more so, we need to realize that we are being conditioned in many, many ways more than we know it. And we will end up following information that we have been told without asking questions. And it's good for us to ask questions. It's good for us to do our own personal research in order to better ourselves as individuals. Okay? So this quote by Aldous Huxley: one believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them. One believes things because one has been conditioned to believe them. This is a very powerful and very important quote, people, and I hope that you take it into your lives and to remember that there are good conditioning and there is bad conditioning, and it's up to us to keep our mind fully open and active, and for us to always be exercising our mind and in inputting positive information in, and to be able to do deeper research when we need to. We should not be afraid to keep learning, because this is the only way we can become greater and better individuals. Okay? So let me know some of your thoughts in the comment section below, please, about this quote and this particular topic. I'll be very interested to read some of your thoughts. Much love, people. And if you find this video of value, please don't forget to give it a thumbs up. Much love, people. And if you're new to my channel, please don't forget to subscribe and to turn on the notification bell in order for you to be notified of all new contents coming out from me, Jevitee. Okay? Much love, people. Much appreciated. So we've come to the end of this particular quote of the week, people. I hope you like it. I hope you take something from it, and much appreciated for you watching this video as well. Okay? So until next time, Jevitee Nation, take care of yourselves, okay? Peace, stay positive, Jevitee.